Just one clean sentence. I tried to say it without metaphor. No fog, no storms, no softened edges. Just one clean sentence. This is harming me. The sentence felt heavy because it didn't ask permission. It didn't argue. It didn't perform. It simply stood there, plain and accurate, like truth tends to do when you stop decorating it. I didn't say it aloud yet, not here, but I didn't take it back, and that is new. So, let's begin. I'm JB Wick, former Royal Marines Commando and a veteran of UK Special Forces. Now, before I go on, there's something you need to know. This video talks about domestic abuse, and if that's too much for you today, then above all else, look after yourself. In the description below, you'll find organisations that can and will help you. Please, reach out to them. That's what they're there for. And know this right here will keep for another day. I'll still be here. For years, I could not say one true thing about my own life without doing three things to it first. The first one is that I asked permission. Asking had become a reflex. Am I allowed to feel this? Am I allowed to think it? Am I allowed to even notice it? And I never once got an answer to that out loud. It came back through mood, through somebody going quiet on me, through approval that just wasn't there that day. The second one is that I explained myself. I'd be asked to add something to what had happened. What did I mean by it? What was my tone? Why did I do it that way? So I'd supply it. And by the end of that, I wasn't describing what happened anymore. I was defending it. Explaining was a shield. I had it down as fairness. And then the third one, the one that took me longest to see, I performed. Being calm takes work. You're monitoring the room. You're adjusting. You're keeping your voice at the right level so that nobody listening has to be worried about you. Performing looks like coping. From the outside, it looks like strength. It is the reason nobody knew. Do all three of those to a sentence, and you've turned it into a negotiation. And you can lose a negotiation. Please, one quick thing before we go on. If you think another man might need to hear this, can you do me a huge favour and give it a like? That's what pushes it to him. The bloke sat up at 2 a.m. Certain he's the only one. Maybe thinking the unthinkable. That's the only reason I ask. Because they're the men I'm here to help. Now here's what I actually came to tell you. One night, one sentence came out of me that did none of those three things. And the only reason it stayed that way is that the person on the other end gave me nothing back. There was no big night, no row, nothing you could point at afterwards and call it the day it turned. I was on my own and I was lost. That's the whole of the scene. Lost and worn out with being lost. I picked the phone up and rang somebody I hadn't spoken to in a long time. I had no plan. I didn't know what I was going to say when they answered. It came slowly at first. Then it stopped coming slowly. The abuse, the isolation, the fear, the shame of it, mostly. It was the shame that took the most saying, and somewhere in the middle of all that, out it came. I didn't ask if it was all right to say it. I didn't bring any evidence, and I didn't put a face on it. And they said nothing. I want to be careful with this bit, because it's the part that gets missed. They didn't tell me I wasn't going mad. They didn't tell me I'd got it right. They didn't tell me what to do about it, or what they'd have done, or who I ought to be ringing in the morning. No advice, no verdict, no plan. They just listened. And here's what I was actually sat there waiting for. Evidence that I was right. Some outside confirmation, a witness, somebody else putting a name to it so that it counted. None came. and it stayed true anyway. That is the part I wasn't ready for. It didn't argue its case. It didn't go looking for facts. It just stayed where it was when the doubt tried to open the whole thing up again. My own judgment stood up on its own. Nobody endorsing it, nobody knocking it down, and that was enough. Now here's what I was expecting the next morning. I was expecting to take it back. That's what had always happened before. I'd get close, I'd get a bit of it out to somebody, and inside a day, I'd be reeling it in. It wasn't that bad. I was tired when I said it. I'd made more of it than it was. Taking it back is the bit nobody talks about, and it is far worse than never saying it, because now you've told yourself, in your own voice, that you were exaggerating. That morning, I sat waiting for it, and it didn't come. Nothing else had changed. Nothing was fixed. But it was still true when I woke up, and I didn't take it back. And that is new. So I said another one. That one was harder, because by then, I knew what it cost. And then I said one somewhere it actually mattered. None of them asked permission. None of them came with a case attached. And I stopped putting a face on any of it. That's what coming back looked like on me. No stand, no speech, nobody watching. I'll tell you why I'm giving a whole video to one phone call. You can get very good at seeing it clearly on your own. I did. Sat in the dark, getting it right in my own head, over and over. But a sentence you've only ever said to yourself can always be taken back. There's nobody there who heard it. You can revise it in the morning, and nobody will ever know. Said out loud to another person, it has been heard. You can still go back on it, but you cannot unsay it. Mine got heard, and nobody did a single thing with it. That was all it took. So let me say this to you, straight, the thing I most needed somebody to say to me. You've probably already got the sentence. Most of us have. It's shorter than you think. What's left is saying it out loud, once, to one person, without asking their permission first and without any proof attached. And they do not need to have an answer for you. They don't need to know what to do. They only have to hear it. Listen, if today's a dark day for you, please don't sit in it on your own. Here in the UK, there are people out there ready to help. Mankind supports male victims of abuse. Rock to Recovery is there for the armed forces, veterans, and emergency service communities. Calm, the campaign against living miserably, is there for anyone who's struggling. And the Samaritans, they will answer any hour of any day on 116123. Most importantly of all, please, if you feel or believe you are in immediate danger, simply call 999. Call them. Do it for me if you don't feel like doing it for yourself just yet. All of this is written about far more deeply than I could fit into one video in my book, Breaking the Silence, A Veteran's Journey from Abuse to Freedom. And there's an audiobook version if you'd sooner listen. I've also put together a free guide, The Quiet Signs, the 10 quiet ways this shows up, and the first step out. Both are linked in the description and the pinned comment. Lastly, however this may have reached you, I hope you've got something from it. I hope you now know you're not alone. I hope you now know you're not imagining it, and that you know help is there for you, or maybe for someone you know. So, please, hit that like button and please subscribe, because I'm building this whole channel for the person who thought they were the only one. You are not. They are not. Stay safe, please. I'll see you in the next one. I'll be right here.